With the proliferation of Wim Hof method, we see more and more people practicing it. It's finally nice to see it take off. And I'm gonna do my hipster moment and say, I was into it before it was cool. Now, Wim Hof method is just one of many different styles, techniques, and methods for better health, overall happiness, relief of stress, and resilience. Whenever we hold our breath, we are inducing a state of hypoxia. So what that means is we are actually allowing the oxygen in our blood to dip down lower than what is normally healthy level, causing certain stressors to happen. There's a whole scientific community about how this all works. If you want to learn more about hypoxic training and how hypoxia works, take a look at my book. Or, there's ample resources on the internet as well. That is what we're shooting for with the breath hold. For some reason, people believe you need to hold your breath for 90 seconds in order to receive the benefits of Wim Hof method. It's a kind of a complicated answer, but the first thing I'll say is that it doesn't matter. And then the second thing I'll say is that it does in some respects. The longer you hold your breath, the lower O2 levels will go in your blood. So the greater the hypoxic event, okay? Hypoxia is the stressor that creates hormetic response. It makes you more resilient. It's not the only part of the Wim Hof method that is causing benefits though. Techniques out there that do superventilation, so overbreathing, have all sorts of benefits like boost immune system, reduction in depression, reduction in inflammation, but they don't even have a breath hold. So it's not the breath hold specifically that's causing all these things to happen, but there are some things that, hey, this hypoxic event really does help. The longer you hold your breath, the greater the hypoxic event. And that means the greater the stressor, the greater the hormesis, and generally that means the more resilient you're gonna become. That's all good, that's all good. So the longer you go, the better in some way. What happens is so many times I see people that I coach or that come to workshops and they're watching the clock so much that they're actually hurting their time. And the thing is, whenever you're in this state, this breath hold, you want to stay as relaxed as you possibly can. You don't want to be stressing out about anything. That will actually cause you to have to take a breath much faster. There is no specific number of seconds or minutes or whatever that is like, okay, if you get 90 seconds, and this is the one I always hear, 90 seconds, that's the cutoff. As if 89 seconds somehow has no effect. That's like saying you can only build muscle if you lift 30-pound weights. But if you lift 25-pound weights, there's no benefit. We're not competing with anybody. Just listen to Wim Hof himself say that. I mean, it's not a competition. Some people think, oh, it's because I've taken this number of breaths, or it's because I've held my breath for this number of seconds. But you could have 100 people sitting in a room and they could all hold their breath for the exact same amount of time, and you would see differences in their blood values. All it's about is progression. It's like I say to my clients and in my workshops, is that this is a practice, not a performance. It's a practice. It's a long-term thing. If it was a performance, then man, you better really hold your breath as long as you can, because this one time really makes a big difference. And so what I commonly see, so much anxiety over this number that they completely miss the point, health and wellness, which is not to be so anxious, not to be so stressed out. I haven't actually timed myself literally in at least 3 or 4 years. It's not about going for numbers. It's about going until you can, and then when you can no longer relax, you take your breath and you don't worry so much about, did I meet that number today? I hope that's been helpful. I hope you can relax now. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to go out there and be kind to one another.